Are we on? Yeah. Hello. Mate, I really don't know how to start one of these, and I don't even know where to look. Do you look at the screen or do you look at the camera? But I'll give you an intro. My name is Charlie. I'm 29, and this year I bought a business. It's a recruitment business. It's the industry I've always worked in. I've been lucky to work in recruitment across London. Fantastic introduction to the working world. Go through COVID, then moved to Dubai. Worked across the Middle East. So travelled there across Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Riyadh, Doha. Muscat as well, don't forget that. And then obviously now, just the sort of twist on this is, I now live in Hong Kong, and I ended up buying a business here, and we do most of our business in Hong Kong, Singapore, so I'm there quite a lot as well. Like two absolutely fantastic, fascinating cities. And then we sort of service the region regionally from here. So I mean, this year we've done placements in Tokyo, Malaysia, Indonesia, Korea, Japan, so China, so it's really broad. And having bought a business, my sort of overnight, I've always been invested emotionally in what I do. I love it, it's so good, I've always worked hard. That's what sort of got me to this position. But the mindset flip you get when you buy a business, it's just absolutely ridiculous. It becomes beyond obsessive, to the point where I wake up at night and I'm excited. I'm too excited to go back to sleep because I've got something new I want to try out tomorrow. And you've sort of got free reign to go and do it, right? I run a very lean business. I'm the sometimes CEO, sometimes CMO, sometimes CFO. We're chasing invoices. So you wear so many hats. So that teaches you so much. There's a lady down there staring at me, wondering why I'm talking into this weird camera, but yeah, it gives you such an interesting insight. And my big take, I'm going to try and do as many videos as I can, high volume, super raw. I don't know how to put music on, so it's just going to be me talking. I don't even know how to do a title credit, so really sorry for that. And this could be the worst video of all time, by the way, but I'm just going to give it a go and see what the sort of feedback is. But I think there's a huge gap in the market for recruitment it's changed as an industry, for one, which is massive. We've just come out of COVID, which completely altered society in the sense that when I started working, it was 5 days a week on site. There was no such thing as a virtual interview or a Teams call. If you had an appointment, you go to it, you come back into work, right? I'm sure that's what many of you remember as well. So that's changed not just society, but the world, without meaning to be dramatic. But it's also made businesses realise that they could be a lot leaner, and that's happened around the same time as AI automation tools coming up. So it's sort of this fascinating, recruitment's trying to find itself at a time when the traditional model, the big PLCs are struggling. So the traditional model has always been high headcount just means that you're doing well. But now those overheads, big office costs, LinkedIn's super expensive. I'll come to that in a minute. And it's moved to a sort of lean, quite boutique model that we're now championing. But my sort of against the grain thinking, where I think I could add value by sort of building this in public, is that I violently, wouldn't say hate, but I have a strong dislike of LinkedIn. And that's a bit weird because I've got close to 100,000 followers on there, and I do post regularly and I do use the platform, but I have seen a lot of people, I'm trying to be so careful in how I word this, I think there's been a movement towards personal branding, and it's sort of gone too far, where a lot of people are just posting, but they're posting every day, and it's sort of work Facebook. And I was just on it this morning, and I was just scrolling through it, and you follow so many influential people on there, but where there's such a high volume of content, that content gets prioritized, and you just end up viewing the weirdest stuff from people who are meant to be thought leaders in the space, and they feel a pressure and they conflate likes with validation towards a particular model, and then they chase that, right? And it adds no value, but it makes them look popular, but it's just the same people liking their posts. And we work at a time when there's so many people out of work, there's so many people struggling to find work, and you posting the 5 best CV tips 4 days a week, and then a Facebook meme, just who's that helping, right? And what value does it do for the recruitment industry when no one hears back from recruiters, and yet we're on LinkedIn all the time posting absolute rubbish, absolute crap, and taking selfies and posting them on there? So my take is, if I want to build a business that's going to last, because I now own one, I need to get away from LinkedIn. LinkedIn's a fantastic tool for accessing a large mass of people that you can drive off platform. So I'll show you some of our marketing tools like in time that we're looking to push. I am ridiculously bullish on the rise of newsletters and the future of those within not just our industry, but I suppose business as a whole. Like, it's such an interesting direct way of getting through to people. And yeah, I just the reason I picked up this camera is because I think there is a huge gap in the market for original content and I've always veered towards the written word as my sort of way of putting it out there, but it's just so samey, man, and it's just so uninspiring and dull. Ironic, I just use uninspiring and dull when I've been talking to a camera for 5 minutes, but if I can get this one out of the way and you're still watching at the end of it and it's just 6 minutes of me talking into a camera, then the rest will be more exciting, I promise you. There's a big typhoon coming tomorrow, so it's just the calm before the storm a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I condensed into 6 minutes there, a lot of, to be honest, I felt like a bit of a therapy session more than it did me providing much value, but I promise you there is more to come. And what I'll do each day is try and make one tailored towards something. So one could be how I use LinkedIn, it's a marketing tool maybe, or another one could be on our newsletter, our recruitment business, how we're trying to brand ourselves there, and the sort of clients we work with, and travel. I get to go to Singapore quite a lot, China, really interesting places. So I just want to sort of, I'll edit that 20-second pause I just did there, but it's just because you put a post up on LinkedIn every day with a selfie doesn't make it a personal brand, and doesn't mean you're actually doing something that's valuable towards a business. So this is my take, and sort of bridging that gap, sort of showing you what we're doing. Hopefully someone will find it interesting. It's the sort of videos I watch, but from people far more successful than myself. But I just want to document the journey as well a little bit, right? It is pretty crazy. We live and work in Asia. We're an office of expats, and I think you want to remember these times as well, because it's exciting, right? And I have a strong gut feeling that we're at the start of something that's going to grow and become quite big. If it doesn't, I'll just take this video down, but I really suspect it will, and I'd love to take as many of you along with the journey. And hopefully, I just had a mate in town who's a phenomenal business person, does great things for his business, and just talking to him in a setting where we're sort of one-on-one, because normally we're in a bigger group, it was just so inspiring, man, just bouncing ideas off each other. And it made me realise where I've moved here, I've only been here 6 months, so I don't have a big friendship group like I do elsewhere. I've sort of relied on the internet a bit more, without making it sound quite sad, for just those business ideas, tips, stuff like that. So I'm hoping if I'm showing stuff along the way, people can comment and chime in and chip in on things they think we could be doing better, or how things they're doing, and yeah, just sort of connect, and basically mean I can spend less time on LinkedIn. But I'll leave it there because this is getting to be a bit rambling. But the core of it is I'm going to do super raw, I'm going to be super open, the good times, the bad times, because that's all recruitment is most of the time. Then you have one good day and it turns around. They call it champagne and razor blades for a reason. Just like I said, we'll see where it goes, but this is my attempt at doing something besides writing a shitty LinkedIn post. So there you go, video 1 done.